for any support you need. If you want to DM me, you don't want me to say your name or anything like that, or any part of your story or anything, because I'm gonna probably continue with this story for a while. I never thought that me coming back to streaming after so long, to be honest with you, I thought I was done streaming. This is just something to say to prior subscribers that are just used to my content from long ago. I never thought, to be honest, I was considering coming back to streaming and getting more active on social media again, but I haven't really wanted to because it's hard being in the spotlight, and I don't really, to be honest with you, like being in the spotlight. At one point I used to be, but I just don't anymore. And you know, I've worked really hard these past few years to carve out a nice quiet life for myself, and I hate the fact that I even have to get involved, but I saw the letter and I just couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go without investigating it further, just because of the accusations are just so. And what I've learned since I've investigating, I mean. Anyways, we're just gonna try to stick to just the straight facts of stuff that pretty much anyone who doesn't know the area, just any kind of normal member of the public can find. But this letter came up on my feed on Facebook. I was just doing my thing, just browsing up and down. I was just browsing up and down on my Facebook feed. Just, usual daily. I mean, I've been mostly just enjoying retired life the past few years, so I get into a lot of. I still stay active on social media. I'm just not as out there publicly, like streaming and stuff like I used to be. Anyways, we're gonna. The first thing I should probably mention. Hang on, let me pull up the map, because I'm trying to make this for the general public, people that don't know the area. It's hard for me because this is personal, because I grew up here. So to be honest, I'm just wanting to make this video, and I'm hoping that the right people will see it if they want to talk about this, and I'm also hoping that the right authorities are gonna look into this. All right, let me do this. Pittsfield in Dalton, Massachusetts. This is where I grew up. It's in Western Mass. Ever since GE left several months ago. Hang on, do you guys see the right scene right now? Because it doesn't look like. I mean, what the heck? Okay, hang on, guys. Something's not right here. Oh, here we go. Okay, sorry. I clicked over to the chat, so I just wanted to be able, and my stream was just behind. It's not live right now. My stream view. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, man, this is so hard, and I was trying to make this something short, but anyways, Pittsfield and Dalton, Mass. We're right here, and yeah, Western Massachusetts, where I grew up. Let's get to this letter. The Honorable David Capeless, District Attorney, Berkshire County, 7 North Street, P.O. Box, 1969, Pittsfield, Mass. 01201. Dear District Attorney Capeless, after a detailed review of the case, investigation file of Trooper Burkle concerning Marc Strout by members of the staff, sorry. Where was I? The members of my staff, my office will be recommending that the state police not charge Mr. Strout with any criminal offenses for the conduct alleged to have committed by him. In reaching this decision, members of my staff have met with the alleged victims. At that meeting, the minor children, in their mother's presence, were advised of the trial process, the legal issues relating to a prosecution of this case, and the impact the trial process could have upon them. While sufficient evidence exists, I'm trying to just be as neutral and not as emotionally involved, but I am because it's personal. So, while sufficient evidence exists to establish probable cause that Mr. Strout sexually assaulted at least one of the identified victims, the totality of the circumstances, including review of information obtained during the meeting with the alleged victims, requires this decision. So there you have it. That's not the allegations are unfounded or anything like that. That is, to me, sounds like the family didn't want to pursue it further because after the trooper talked with them, it sounds like they decided not to do it. For whatever reason, I do not know the probable cause he had, but in my usual way of internet sleuthing, I punched it into Grok and decided to see if there could have even potentially been any truth behind it and investigate it and see if the suspicions of this actually happening or not, could be quelled, I guess, if that makes sense to you guys. This is what I put the picture in. I asked Grok. It was a deeper search, so you can see. Can you dig through social media and any other recesses of the internet and try to find more about this photo or the letter I found on Facebook? Key points: the letter appears genuine, likely from Elizabeth D. Scheibel, District Attorney, in 2005. No additional public information found about the case due to its sensitive nature. The case involved allegations against Marc Strout, not pursued after review. Letter authenticity. The letter you found on Facebook seems likely to be authentic. It is dated June 24th, 2005. It comes from Elizabeth D. Scheibel, who is the district attorney for the Northwestern District in Massachusetts during the time, as confirmed by historical records and local news, the other sources. The letterhead, signature, and formal tone align with official correspondence from that period. Case details. The letter discusses a case involving Marc Strout where there was probable cause for sexual assault, but the office decided not to charge him after meeting with the alleged victims, who were minor children. This suggests the case was sensitive, likely involving minors, which may explain the lack of public information. Additional information: despite extensive searches across web archives, social media, and local news like the Berkshire Eagle, no further details about the specific case were found. This could be due to the passage of time, 20 years, and the private nature of the allegations, which may not have been widely reported. So when I read that, I'm just opining here. We are just taking this stuff and putting it into Grok and seeing what it spits out using their deeper search. Also, I just wanted to describe, and I don't know if I said it already, one of the reasons I'm nervous right now is because I've been poking the bear on this through social media, and this guy doesn't like people talking on social media. And he made threats that I feel are directly towards me and others that are talking. We're going to get to that later. But I just wanted to say, that's just to be clear, that's why I'm nervous, okay? Because this man has made threats of criminal and civil consequences for those that are wanting to talk about this online, which is a major First Amendment violation. Okay. So it just sounds like, to me, in my opinion, this was a cover-up. I look at this and I see a couple different things as far as the trooper himself goes. This could have been, the trooper just was very professional. He just explained the process to the victims, and the victims said, I don't, it's going to take because this kind of stuff, justice takes some time. If you're doing justice right, it takes some time. So, sorry, I'm trying really hard, guys, to keep it together on this. So, I could understand that he was just professional and they decided we don't want to go through years of legal proceedings and having to relive this every day in court. We'd rather just move on and have it be that. However, there is a part of me, because I grew up here, and I'm not making an accusation, it's just an opinion. And like I said, I am perfectly okay with just, hey, the trooper tried as best he could to handle this as delicately as possible. And I actually now believe, I was thinking about it earlier. I mean, this letter basically means the case is still open and there's some evidence somewhere. I don't know what that is. I have, like I said, gathered some of mine, but because what's the sufficient evidence that establishes probable cause? I don't know. But that's not a this didn't happen, or the allegations are unfounded or anything like that. That's basically, he left this open for the victims to pursue at a later point. So I see that as that was probably a little last minute thing, the way he worded this, to leave it open so that the victims can get justice, because he believed there was actual, real, sufficient evidence. Like he may have had, he had suspicions. He says it in the letter. So it would have, I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm just opining, like I said. There was an opinion I kind of had where maybe this is just protecting your boy in blue and like trying to manipulate them into not doing it. I don't know. Like, again, I don't know what happened, but it could have been one or the other ways. But I kind of doubt that it was that way. That was just one of my thoughts at one point when I was reading this and trying to wrap my brain around it. Yeah, I think there was one thing I was going to say, but that's fine. Let's move on. Here, this is just the bullet points. Here's some citations. Oops, all right. Table summary of key findings. Hang on a second. I just realized I got the wrong screen up, guys. So sorry. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. I keep having the wrong screen up. It's been, like, again, I'm rusty at live streaming. We'll get there. Table summary of key findings. Letter date, June 24th, 2005. Sender Elizabeth D. Scheibel. Recipient, David Capeless. Case subject, Marc Strout. Allegations of sexual assault, not charged after review. Authenticity likely genuine. Matches Scheibel's tenure and official correspondence. None found, likely due to sensitive and lack of charges. And key individuals, Trooper Burkle, investigator. I guess it looks like Grok found the names. I really, really apologize. I did not mean to do that, but anyone else could have put that letter into Grok and gotten this information. So again, I am just strictly keeping this to. I'm just trying to, anyways, just strictly keep this to. But anyways, I guess that's it. So In conclusion, the letter you found on Facebook appears authentic, issued by Elizabeth D. Scheibel during her tenure as district attorney. It references a sensitive case involving Marc Strout, where charges were not pursued likely due to the circumstances and meetings with minor victims. God, it's really hard to read that. Despite extensive searches, no further public information was located, which is consistent with the case's nature and the time elapsed. For more detailed insights, accessing historical legal archives or contacting the DA's office directly might be necessary, though privacy laws may limit access. This is the citations that Grok used to try to pull this up. So there's that. I just typed in his name in Google, and this is Marc Strout, Captain Marc Strout of the Pittsfield Police Department. When I did research, I discovered, and I already knew, but I just typed in his wife's name, who's chief of police in Dalton, into Google. First thing that comes up is this story. Hang on, I need some water here. Yes, frostbite. Okay. Dalton, Mass. The town, its police chief, Deanna Strout, and former Sergeant Bustin Buzella are facing a lawsuit following a high-speed police chase that resulted in the death of Ryan Griffin in May 2023. The case was filed with the U.S. District Court on October 7th by attorney Michael Heineman of Heinlein, Beeler, Mingace, and Heineman. Sorry, guys. I'm going to be butchering that. On behalf of Kayla Jerome, personal representative of Griffin's estate. The lawsuit claimed that the town was negligent and violated Griffin's civil rights. In addition, it claimed that Chief Strout and Buzella, I'm sorry if I'm actually, I think I got your name right, violated Griffin's civil rights. The suit called into question the town's and chief's hiring the supervisory practices. It also demanded judgment, Yeah, like I said, this is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. This is, I'm sorry. All right. It also demanded judgment against all named for an amount to be decided by a jury. This amount would include costs, interest, lawyers' fees, and punitive damages allowed by law. It also claimed that the town was made aware of the pending lawsuit on March 14th in a letter from Jerome's office to former select board member and chair Joseph Diver and town manager Tom Hutchinson via certified and first-class mail. The lawsuit claimed that the town failed to respond to this letter, which requested that the town retain and preserve all evidence concerning the incident, including body-worn and dash cam videos and training records, among other items. Currently, Buzella is no longer with the Dalton Police Department. According to a report on May 20th at approximately 8:27 p.m., Griffin was driving a black Chevrolet Malibu on Park Ave with a suspended license. Griffin and another vehicle in front of him turned right onto Main Street when Buzella saw them from his cruiser. Buzella activated his lights to pull Griffin over. However, Griffin accelerated and Buzella, I hate some news sources, he fled. He fled and eluded. Okay? Yeah, it's a felony. It's a felony. When you run from cops, it's a felony, and it warrants a felony stop at that point. When you run. This is a very common, most states have laws around that kind of stuff. And there's plenty of case laws around from the different circuit courts. There's a reason I'm bringing that up. You'll probably discover in a minute. And Buzella pursued him on wet and winding roads, going 35 to 40 miles per hour over the speed limit. Dalton has a policy regarding police pursuits that only permits officers to engage in a pursuit of a vehicle over the speed limit if the occupant is wanted for specific felonious acts involving violence that threaten, have threatened, or will threaten the health, life, or safety of a person. I'm confused. Is that not what he did? Okay, let's continue. The case resulted in Griffin losing control of his car, crashing into a tree, and the vehicle catching fire. He died from blunt force and thermal injuries. I think that means he died immediately. And the car immediately caught on fire. And we're going to see the dash cam here in a minute. The suit said that this is not the first time Buzella violated the policy, naming 4 other times he engaged in a high speed, one preceding 6 days of Griffin's death. How did he violate the policy? The guy fled and eluded. Isn't that like a felony? Hang on, let me pull real quick on the side. I'm not even gonna actually. I already know the answers. I think I do. Wait, hang on, guys. I'm so sorry. Or if someone can verify. Well, I did not mean to do that. Let's just stick to where I was going. All right. The suit said that this is not the first time it's all over. Yeah. The lawsuit claimed he did not receive any training regarding high-speed pursuits. Okay. The suit also named another instance outside the 4 others in September of 2021 where Buzella dangerously drove his police cruiser. A fellow officer who witnessed the incident reported that Buzella posed a danger to the public, and if this behavior is not addressed immediately, he will seriously hurt or kill somebody. He will? Now I'm going by, I already know a lot of stuff. So, we can already see, I already know anyways, this news is super biased on this. Because we're going to see what happened right now. We're going to go to do the last few. How long is it? I'll probably skip through. We're going to start. But I actually, not going to lie, I'm kind of excited to talk about body cam. It's been a big hobby of mine these past few years. Maybe I'll start, if it catches on, maybe we'll start like streaming again where we just watch body cam and commentate on it. That could be a cool little thing. I don't want like fame though. I just want a chill small community. There's been drama before, so, and things are blowing up. Now, for those that don't know, typically, I mean, it depends, I think, on the camera, but typically, when like lights are engaged, or I think you can also engage it yourself. There's like a 30-second silence period or something like that. So. Sorry, I looked away for a second. We're watching. Tell me the details if I'm a little off. I also took some of my prescription VA meds before starting because I need to calm myself down. This shit is so crazy to me.
Go ahead, that's right.
He's running. Here we go. Fleeing and looting now. And now we're speeding. Nothing around here where they're at. I don't think that's anything too crazy right now.
Speed is 50, 652, just turn on the bridge.
Now we're taking off, trying to get around the bend. I mean, at this point, now with the speeds we're over 60, and I'm gonna guess it's probably 40. Through here. Or is it still 35? That's reckless, dude. Now he's reckless. Now he's reckless. Now he's gonna fucking, now he's unsafe. We gotta get this guy. We gotta get him off the road. He got himself off the road.
X-ray, repeat back, you are locked on.
Vehicle crashed, it's
This
on
kind of
fire.
thing, this is how these crashes go. When you run from the police, even if you're not, you're just drunk driving. This happens a lot with all the roads and conditions. I mean, and unfortunately that he died. It's unfortunate, but he made his choice. It is, like I said, it's very unfortunate he died. But he made his choice. He made his choice. Buzello, at this point, he was trying to stop a threat to the community and even to himself. And you people trying the stuff with the, yeah, this man was dangerous. He needed to be off the road because obviously he killed himself. But he could have killed someone else. I really don't fuck around when it comes to DUIs because we've had such a horrible thing happen when I was in high school with Lindsay Farrell. When she was 16 years old, man. I never thought that, I never thought when I had started high school that one of the kids was going to die to a DUI accident. Yeah, 100%. He tried to save him. Oh, so that's where we're getting. That's where I was getting at, right? This is, I mean, we're at a felony stop at this point. And a felony stop, for those who don't know, a felony stop is as soon as the vehicle is stopped, however it happens, we're coming out, guns drawn. Because I'm telling you right now, if I was a cop, and I've got 4 years, I was a police explorer, 4 years in the Navy. Those people that know me well, I served in the Navy as a gunner's mate. So, like, and I'm into this stuff a lot, but yeah, if it were me and I was a cop, first thing I'm going to do is I'm drawing my gun and I'm conducting a felony stop. You know, don't move, you know, don't reach for anything, show me your hands, you know what I mean, yelling. You know what I mean? That's the first thing that I'm doing once that freaking, and then I'm gonna call it in and I'm waiting for backup. Right? Even, I mean, we're in rainy conditions, right? It's all right. I think my safety's more important, right? This guy could still be alive, and then he could have a gun, and then as soon as I try to approach, he could probably try to shoot me. That's what I would be going through my head with this, right? But look what this man did instead. Instead of actually conducting, now yes, he had a duty to put that fire out with that fake fire extinguisher. He did not. He had no duty. The only duty he had was to conduct a felony stop, even with it burning, and wait for backup. That's like the standard practice across all of the United States. Look what this man does.
X-ray, repeat back, you are locked on.
Vehicle crashed, it's on fire.
Look at this man does. Is he coming out yelling and screaming, show me your hands? Is that what he's doing? Has he got his gun pointed? Conducting a felony stop? What is he doing? You fucking fired him? He tried to save that man. He was trying to keep the community safe. Why did you fire him? This was, and to be honest with you, go look Arkansas State Police. Go look up Georgia State Police. Go look at their freaking dash cams. This was one out of the, probably at this point, thousands of BWCs and dash cams that I've seen. This was probably one of the most boring ones that I've ever seen. There was nothing egregious. There was nothing unlawful here. I don't understand how they are suing for... I don't understand how they're suing him for wrongful death. I just don't even see how they would have a case there. That man, I'm sorry to the family. I'm very, very sorry. And my condolences for your loss. But your family member, he made his choice. And Buzella was just trying to keep the seats, he's just trying to keep the streets safe. That's all. Keeping the streets safe. Anyways, we're going to get to the next bit that gets even more severe. So ever since I got that letter, I started posting it around Dalton Police Facebook, Pittsfield Police Facebook. I've been posting it, just trying to get the appropriate eyes on this, because that's what this needs. And this rabbit hole goes so much deeper. So FBI, buckle up. Yeah. So this guy's running for re-election, Marc Strout. And I was applying all that pressure with this on social media, asking questions as a normal member of the public, using my freedom of speech. More than asking questions, but being like, dude, this is sick. Lots of other things. That's my right to do.
Question if needed.
So we have the town hall where they're, I guess, campaigning. And by the way, the audio is kind of bad here. It's hard to make them out, but
Go with that. So with that, we are going to get started with opening statements, 2-minute opening statements, and we are going to start with Marc.
Good evening, my name is Marc Strout. I've been on the select board for 9 years. It's been a long 4 days for me and my family. I almost didn't come tonight, but I refuse to bend the knee to dirty politics.
Whoa. Marc, is this dirty politics? Are you for fucking real right now? Are you for fucking real?
In January, an anonymous letter was written by a coward with baseless accusations.
Get up.
If you believe in it, put your name to it and release it. An anonymous letter was written by a coward with baseless accusations. It's been a long 4 days for me and my family. I almost didn't come tonight, but I refuse to bend the knee to dirty politics. In January, an anonymous letter was written by a coward with baseless accusations. If you believe in it, put your name to it and release it.
Oh, I've seen that. I'm not going to bring it up, but there's a whole other thing of someone who wrote a letter in January. And they're just accusations and a whole bunch of stuff. You should be able to find it, I think. You can find it online, like through Facebook. You can ask Rock to do a deeper search, help you find it. It's like a 4 or 5 page letter or something like that. I've only like skimmed through it so far. Like I said, I'm still on this case and doing my own investigations into this, and yeah.
This one, I actually think it's funny. Out with Strout stickers being placed around town in Pittsfield. I guess.
Okay, so out with Strout stickers being placed around town. It sounds like usual political stuff that happens.
Gas stations and on salt and pepper shakers and on urinals throughout the town. I actually think that's a pretty funny one. This is the one that, until recently, was my one that made me upset the most. My 14-year-old daughter wanted to transfer from Wacona to Taconic. Mid-year transfer, which we've done numerous times in my 9 years on the select board.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of like know what he's talking about here. Know where to like look more into it. I'm not really all read up on it, but I guess there's some. This is like another. Anyways, for what he's talking about here.
Always an easy thing. We just approve it. They want to go to a different school. We let them. There was a coordinated attack, and I've seen the emails, and I have the emails, and I have the text messages saying that Strout was trying to get something free for his daughter, and my daughter was questioned at that meeting. The latest political attack is absolutely disgusting, and it is criminal harassment.
You already hearing him on what he's saying so far? I mean,
as well as slanderous. The people responsible for these attacks will be held criminally. saying that Strout was trying to get something free for his daughter, and my daughter was questioned at that meeting. The latest political attack is absolutely disgusting, and it is criminal harassment as well as slanderous.
It's criminal harassment, an authentic letter that's been leaked? No, that's not how this works, dude.
The people responsible for these attacks will be held criminally and civilly responsible. Where did our civility go? Where's
Oh, by the way, so him saying that, we're going back over that again, sorry. It's, I was trying to, like, actually listen a little bit closer. I've seen this a million times, and I've fucking rewinded this thing a million times.
responsible? Emails, and I have the emails and I have the text messages saying that Strout was trying to get something free for his daughter, and my daughter was questioned at that meeting. The latest political attack is absolutely disgusting, and it is criminal harassment as well as slanderous. The people responsible for these attacks will be held criminally and civilly responsible. Where did our civility go? Where is the vitriol coming from?
Yeah, so criminally, we'll finish this up, and we're gonna look into this thing where he's threatening, people talking about this online with criminal and civil action. This what appears to be authentic letter about him molesting 2 children, and it's nowhere in the letter does it say this is unfounded. It says there's evidence, and the family didn't want to go through with it. That's what that says.
I've been on the wrong side of a debate plenty of times in the last 9 years. The vote has gone 4-1, and I've fought and I've argued against my 4 other select board members. At the end of the vote, we're done. We moved on. You didn't try and destroy somebody's reputation. You didn't try and destroy their career. You didn't try and destroy their families. We live in a great community that is the actual envy of Berkshire County. You know how many times I hear people say, oh, I wish I lived in Dalton. The schools are great.
10 seconds.
Let's all act like it, and let's end the negativity. Thank you.
Shaking bad. Did you guys see that? I don't know. It's really blurry. Is this 20? Where's the HD? Shit, did I?
Berkshire County. You know how many times I hear people say, oh, I wish I lived in Dalton. The schools are great.
10 seconds.
Let's all act like it, and let's end the negativity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, Marc. Wow, Marc. So those of us that want to talk about this very, very, very disturbing letter, you're going to come after us? So all this bit I've been talking online, are you going to come after me criminally? Is that what you're going to do? You know what that's called, Marc? It's called official intimidation. Actually, not quite. We're going to get there. Captain Marc Strout said in a recent Dalton town hall, this is what I asked, for Selectman, that he would come after those speaking about this letter on social media. Will be prosecuted criminally and civilly. And is that official intimidation? Actually, hang on. This one's better. Now, this was a little different, but I was watching a YouTube video, and I was like, official oppression. What's that? And I think it had something to do with it's with Texas. It was a Texas video, so I was like, I asked it a question, and it told me about it right here. We're just gonna read the last little bit. The penalty depends on the specifics. It's typically a Class A misdemeanor, which carries up to 1 year in jail and a fine up to $4,000. However, if the act involves something like falsifying data or records, saying to cover up the abuse, it can escalate to a 3rd-degree felony with 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000. Huh. Well, you're attempting to cover up abuse. Yeah. That's a 3rd-degree felony because I'm in Texas and you threatened me with this. So, and not only that, but this is our law on that here in Texas. But, I mean, you're in Massachusetts, I'm in Texas. That means we're crossing state lines, and you just made it federal. I don't know what else to say, Marc. That hearing you say that is not handling that letter. That's you're not being transparent. You're just trying to shut people up with threats. It just makes you look more guilty. Do you not see that from any regular member of the public who ends up seeing this is gonna look at this and just be like, wow. And so, Mark, tomorrow I'm going to the police and I'm pressing charges for this. I mean, if I were you, I would just resign and turn yourself in and confess to all of your crimes, all of the crimes, because I know so much more than this and then all this stuff we've been over. I know a lot more, and that's who I'm trying to speak to right now is Mark, because I have a feeling you're going to see it. You need to do the right thing here, dude. Resign, you and your wife, because she's wrapped up with Gazella here. All right, and I know a hell of a lot more than this. I'm telling you right now, you need to resign. And you need to go confess to the victims, your victims. There's a shitload of victims you have. So they can have their fucking peace. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let me read the chat real quick, catch up on something. Of course, Lisa Masciano. I'm pretty much wanting to be done with this because I was trying to keep it as short and sweet as possible, so we're 1 hour. Not harassment if it's fact. Yeah, exactly. Know where civility went. Yeah, right? Right? Like, I don't know. Committing official oppression? Breaking Texas law? Because when I saw that and you said criminal, it's taking me a lot of strength to come to where we're at right now, me streaming, because I was fucking freaking out when I first saw that. You say that. I was freaking the fuck out that you were going to do something fucking stupid like, I don't know, go get a falsified warrant with one of your little buddy judges that'll do whatever you ask for to try to extradite me to Massachusetts. That's what I'm fucking in fear of right now. And you're going to try to use my own fucking cops or something to come and get me, which you have no authority to do whatsoever. At all. Here's the thing, Mark. Alright? When I took my oath to the Constitution, I fucking meant it, and you clearly did not. You clearly did not. First Amendment, dude. First Amendment. I feel like this one I would just end up in a ramble. This stuff is so fucking egregious. It's so fucking systemically corrupt. And I'm just going to share a little personal information about 20 to 25 years ago. A bunch of bad cops weaseled their way in to the local PDs there between Dalton, mostly Dalton, and also Pittsfield, obviously, because Marc Strout's the captain of Pittsfield PD. And then they started trying to oust people, and it's become an ugly political game. And this is a big reason why I never moved back. I joined the Navy, I escaped, and I've carved out a very nice and peaceful life for myself here in Texas. So I guess, I don't know, that's about it. It's a legal document saying he molested 2 children, and now he's trying to scare people into ignoring, and that's literally intimidation. Exactly, yeah. He's trying to shut you up. That's a First Amendment violation on top of that, but not only that, but the way he's doing it, because he's under color of law, and an actual government official being a selectman, I mean, that's a huge 1A violation. Huge. John Marley, sleeping with kids. You know, I've heard rumors before. I haven't investigated, dude. I've only been on this a couple of days, and I'm so overwhelmed, and that's why tomorrow I am going to the police with all this, because it's just so egregiously disgusting. She covered it up. Dalton Chief of Police, Diana Strout. Interesting. Well, if anyone sees this and wants to investigate all that stuff extra, I say go for it. But anyways, I mean, this has already been long enough. We've been going for like an hour. I was trying to keep this as short and concise as possible. I went way over how long I was actually trying to do this. But I think we're good. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Feel free to share this around. I think we need some more national eyes on this, because this is my hometown. This is just so fucked up. I'm so fucking, it's just so sickening, and this is just so disgusting. So And I hope tomorrow when I go and the right powers to be handle this very serious case. So, anyways, guys, thank you for joining again. I salute you. Oh, hey, by the way, real quick, this guy was a combat vet, Afghanistan. Show him some love. Show him some love. He's a good man. He's a good cop. He